Welcome back to Sakima's Ridge Homestead. This video is the final training class of the bug out training weekend we just completed for our Community of 8 Patriot Preparedness Group. What we did was created ranger beads and paced off to know what our average pace was to be able to use those beads. Two things I want to clear up before we do the video. I did do my math incorrectly when I was doing the class, and I described the ranger beads as being 500 meters, and they're 5,000 meters. So one full set of beads that you walk through is 1 kilometer, and if you go through the whole length of the beads, it's 5 kilometers. So I need to clear that up because I say 500 meters in the class, which is incorrect. And also, when we did our pacing, there was a little questioning as to what a pace actually was. I was incorrectly counting each step, when in actuality, when you want to count your pacing, it's every other foot. So if you start out on your right foot, every time your left foot hits the ground is considered one pace. If you start out with your left foot, every time your right foot hits the ground is one pace. So I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you learned something about ranger beads and pacing. Hello, and welcome to our channel. We're glad you're here.
Hey, today we are going to make ranger beads. These are used for land navigation to keep track of your distance. After we're done making these, we'll go down to the range and we'll step off and count your paces at 100 meters. Every time you walk 100-meter paces, you move one of the beads where you have 9 beads. When you get to the 9th bead and you walk another 100 meters, you slide the 9 down and move it top. So this will get you 500 meters or a half a kilometer every time you walk. So every time you run this full through, you're at half a kilometer. So that's how you keep a better guess of what your distance is instead of trying to keep it in your head. You just move a bead every 100 meters. So to make these, everyone gets a piece of paracord. You want to take the coring out, which we've already done, and singe the ends. Start with your 2 ends together and just tie a simple overhand knot in it near the end. Like that. Now everyone can pick 13 beads out of the container over here. You can use all the same color, you can mix colors, you can do half top, half bottom, however you want to do it. So everybody get your beads. And you may want one of these core strings. I think these are going to make it easier to thread. It's pretty tight going down the paracord. 13 beads. Once you got your beads, you can start threading them on. You want to thread 9 of them on first.
Here's some Chris, if you want to pick one.
That's right. Once you have your 9 beads on, you can pull them down to the bottom. Yeah, these are nice and tight on there. These strings are a little long for these shorter beads too. They work though. And once you've got them all the way down, you're going to want to fold it in half at the end of your beads, and about where you get your fold is where you want to tie your next overhand knot. That way you've got plenty of room to slide them up, and they won't slide back down on you accidentally. So fold it over and tie your knot where you meet. And then you're going to want to get 4 more beads and do your next set. I usually get a phone call or a text when it's much louder. Once you get your next 4 beads on, and slide them down.
There you go, Tony. Let us roll.
This one.
Use that right straight if you want it. 13 beads.
You want to do the same thing then. Fold it over and go just a little bit past your knot and tie your next overhand knot in. And then you can put a carabiner in this top loop. You can loop it back on itself to hook on your pack. And it's simple as that to make a set of Ranger beads. Okay, now to know what your paces are, you have to know how many paces you have for 100 meters. The way you do that is you take 3 different sets of measurements. You want to do up a steep hill and back down, count those paces. You want to do across a flat ground, back and forth, count your paces, and also diagonally across the hill. So we have a mark here and a mark at the top of the range at 100 meters. There's another mark at 50 meters because we don't have 100 meters up there, so you'll have to walk that twice. And the same thing here, we got a mark up there and over on that far corner of the range. So you'll have to walk this one twice because it's 50. So you'll want to walk up, write down your paces, maybe walk across, do your paces up there, write it down, walk down, do your paces, do this one, do your paces, then we'll average all those, and that's your average paces.
Is that heel to toe or just standard?
Just
No,
standard
standard,
stride.
Whatever
standard
your
walk. So that's 5 things we're averaging, right?
Be 6. You got up and down, 1, 2. You've got across the hill is 1, and then back down the hill is 1, and then you do 2 of the flats. So everyone can start walking. You should be able to find the spot straight ahead up there.
Gotta get this tight line.
I'm cheating. Cheating.
The exact same.
Yeah. Mine.
I got 68.
Oh, I wish I had your legs.
It's 1 foot less.
Mine was 81.
Why am I not getting 70?
What'd you get for up the hill?
Because you got short legs.
Up here, Chris.
This one you want to do twice, and you're going to want to write down your up numbers and your down numbers, and then add your ups and add your downs. Together? Yeah, because this is supposed to be 100 meters, but we can't do straight 100. So you want to know what your uphill is versus your downhill. Now, once you do all your different pacings, up the hill, down the hill, across flat, and across and back down diagonals, you take all your numbers. As you can see, going up the hill, I was at 59 paces. Going down the hill, I was at 56. Both my flats were 55, and both my diagonal across the hills were 57, both up and down. You'll add all your totals together to come up with your number, which mine is 339. Divide that by 6, and I get 56 and a half. So we're going to just round it up
and see my average pacing is 57. Now if I do a lot of flat walking, I'd probably go 56, but we'll say my average pace is 57. So every 57 paces, I would move one of my lower beads. After the 9th bead, another 57 paces, you move those beads down and start moving a top bead. Do that over and over until you move the entire stack on your ranger beads, and that would be 5 kilometers. So that is how you come up with your pacing and how you use your ranger beads. Thanks for watching.